Yo, how's it going, everybody? Hope you guys have an amazing Thursday today, almost Friday. I hope you guys ended off your week strong when it comes to trading. But for me, I just having a learning week, and I'm not mad with that, as that's the whole part of the game, is to just continue to learn. Um, yeah, today I took another lesson. Okay, I took two trades. One was a winning day. One was a winning trade. The other one, it was another lesson. It's low key the same problem I have in my previous videos, and I'll show you guys. I'll get to that in a little. But yeah. Let's just go over on what I saw and go on a market open. So yeah, let's get it. Let's see. Four hour. Going into the 4 hour. It looked pretty bearish, as we just been respecting this gap and coming lower from yesterday. We've had these. Let me mark this out. We've had these gaps that's respecting us, causing us to go lower. And that's one of our only confluences that were holding us down on the 4 hour. But as we get here on the 1 hour, we see we have also this 1 hour gap that this I think it was midnight, London session or London market open, that we ended up respecting this 1 hour and continue to come lower. So we also have obviously these internal 1 hours, but I didn't mark all that out, but as you can see, we're kind of inversing that now. But let's go on the 15-minute notice. So based on my liquidity I had, was obviously these external lows that I had going into the day. Oh, this is so far. Yeah, we had these external lows and then these highs. $7.15. Yeah, where did I end up marking stuff out? Yeah, I also marked this. I think it was on the 1 hour. I think I'm okay. Too much marking out. Let's just get to my execution. Fuck that. Okay. So going to market open. Market open was a doji candle here. Didn't know where to go. And we swept out these lows. Oh my gosh. Going to market open, we swept out these lows, and we were just consolidating for a bit. But I know I had my model showing here, but I just had to wait. And on this first trade that I ended up taking was just a really small, I did see my model, but the draw liquidity was just too small of a risk to reward, as it was basically 1.6. And yeah, obviously going in market open, we dropped down, swept these lows, tapped into this 15-minute gap, ended up inversing this gap. That's not really my full confluence. My last confluence and take this trade was just changing the state of delivery, and I took the trade on the 30-second, as that's gonna go into my problem on the next trade, as I'll show you guys. But we've had this leg down, changing the state. Last move down, came up, broke above it, ended up putting my entry here right above this, and then we also had a gap here, so it was more of a confidence that it was going to come lower. And I got tapped in right on my limit order. Boom, ended up hitting TP. So that was a great, amazing trade. But the draw liquidity just wasn't there, but I didn't want to take the trade. So yeah, I took a pretty good trade when it comes to like the model, waiting, the patience, and the emotions. They were all A plus, and this is overall a great trade. And I was just staying on the market for a little longer. I was done for the day. I'm not looking to make any more money, as that's not how I go into the charts. Um, but but going into the charts, I did see my confluence, as you guys can see here. My model applied itself perfectly on the 30-second. Swept liquidity into a higher time frame, came down, inverse these two gaps and created a CISD on the 30-second. Perfect. I entered, but my problem was I didn't check the 1 minute or the higher time frames to confirm. As you can see here, we broke below this last move up, and this would have been a perfect entry to go lower. But as you can see on the 1 minute, we did not close below. So that was my huge L that I took. Again, another lesson that I'm going to continue to apply. And as this stop loss was a lot greater than my risk or my win rate, which is, this is a 60-point L and this is a 46-point L. So I did end up losing some profits. I'm not mad about it. I don't care for the profits when it comes to this eval, but as I just want to apply my knowledge and just to see the results coming from it. As when I do follow my rules, as you can see here, and when I weigh, I'm patient. I check the 1 minute and the 30-second. See, as you can see, like the 1 minute close above, 30-second close above. So that's like a perfect entry here. I took too much time on the 30-second, as I was just waiting on the 30-second. We did end up closing below. Boom, perfect. But on the 1 minute, we came down and wicked it and didn't end up closing below, and I didn't pay attention. And this for sure would have played out as we had nothing else stopping us to go higher, besides nothing at all besides this gap here. But if we would have closed below, we would have inversed that. Wait, actually, then that was the reason we ended up coming higher. We had this gap on the 5 minute that ended up wicking down, tapping into this gap, and continue to come up higher. So that's a lesson learned. And it's not a really big L, but when it comes to applying my mistakes, or not applying, but learning from my mistakes, this did kind of mess with me a little bit, but I'm not mad at it. I just got to be more aware when it comes to the time frame that I'm taking the trade on, as this was just a perfect setup in my eyes. Multiple confluences to go lower, but I had to pay attention on the higher time frame. As we all know, the higher time frame has more power. But yeah, I should have just got this. I should have just waited for this candle closure below, and we did not get that. So I'm gonna take my L and just go by my day. Didn't lose too much, but I did gain a lot more when it comes to knowledge. So I'm off for the day. Market's chopping now at this point. I feel like the move was. I don't think the move has been made yet, but for me personally, I'm gonna get off of the charts for the day. But yeah, I hope everybody has a great, amazing, blessed Thursday. Going into Friday, into the weekend. Hope you guys be safe out there and have a good one. So yeah, God bless everybody.